Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And let's just dive into it. And today we have first BACT, right, making the news again. Intercontinental Exchange CEO said BACT will launch later this year. So the CEO of Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, expects the firm's digital asset platform BACT to launch later in 2019. And this was made by ICE CEO Jeff Sprecher during an earnings call on February 7th. The call was dedicated to ICE financial results for Q4 and the full year of 2018. He explained that the company spent over $1 billion on strategic initiatives, including the launch of the digital asset platform. So specific, there are two quotes. One is their investment impacts will generate 20 million and 25 million expense based upon the run rate in the first quarter, and they will continue to update everyone on the progress of BACT and the level of investments they made through the year. And when asked what is the revenue returns, then because they talk about the expenses, they say, so it's a bit of a moonshot bet, and it's been organized in a manner that's very different from the way ICE typically does businesses. They're well along in building out an infrastructure that I think we'll see launch later this year. So this last sentence, I think we'll see launch later this year. That's the one where everyone is actually anticipating when is BACT actually going to launch. It is a very highly expected event because BACT is meant to be this very huge event, huge development in crypto space because it has very prominent partners like Microsoft, Starbucks, right? And they have huge name investors, among others, the richest man in Asia, Li Ka-shing. So with all this, they are expected with the launch of BACT. One of the first products is Bitcoin futures, which is a physical delivery of Bitcoin. So demand for Bitcoin will increase, and also in the second phase of their development, they're also going to roll out, partnership with Starbucks. So it is widely expected that means then you can buy coffee with crypto, and that's why it is a huge. That is basically all this will push crypto to mainstream. So it has been delayed already a few times, right? It's been announced in August last year, but it was supposed to be in December, and then it was pushed to January, and now there's no official date because they're still waiting for regulator approval. And as you know, it has been shut down for a while, and now when they open, there still has a backlog to clear before, so no one knows exactly when BACT is going to launch. But now that they're going to say launch later this year is not a very encouraging sign exactly when. So some people thought it might be in March because Q1. But now, the later this year, it could be in second half as well, right? So no one really knows. But regardless, I think this is one of those things that they will definitely launch because every now and then they are already, they're making huge hirings, very prominent individuals from both the banking industry and also from ICE itself joining the BACT. So they are expanding their team, and in the next news, they also talk about they successfully completed its very first acquisition. So in a tweet, they have said they have closed, successfully closed the acquisition of Rosenthal Collins Group. This news was first appeared in mid-January this year when they said they're going to acquire Rosenthal. This is going to enhance their risk management and compliance policies and procedure. So this is going to be very important as they onboard clients, especially a lot of institutional clients, helping with their know your customer policies. Yeah, now they finally closed it, and still they make a tweet, and there's a news about it. So that ought to tell you that BACT is very good. At least it gives you transparency very often about what they do, right? So that's good because I think a lot of people are worried that BACT may be delayed indefinitely. So now with all this development, at least you know that they're definitely doing things. They're definitely on par to, on the company side, everything is kind of ready. It's just that they are now waiting for approval, and that takes time, right? The other thing I want to highlight was, you see, they mentioned earlier, they spent 1 billion in 2018 on strategic initiatives. And if you look at the run rate of the expenses of BACT, in one quarter alone, they spent 20 million and 25 million. And that means 1 year is about 80 to 100 million. That's 10%, right, of their total spending on strategic initiatives. So that ought to tell you how important just that itself has, right, on ice. So it is definitely high on their priority to launch, yeah. And not only that, they also operate 23 global exchanges. So just 10% itself to a new platform is clearly a long-term bet. Yeah, something. It's not a short-term, 1 year, 2 year that they expected to see returns straight away, but they're definitely looking to see this, as something that will give them a long-term huge returns. Yeah, so that's good. Next, Union Bank of the Philippines launching a cryptocurrency ATM. So this is very interesting. Union Bank of Philippines is one of the largest bank in Philippines with over 300 branches. Now they are launching a cryptocurrency ATM. There's a picture that people have took of a crypto ATM in the branch, right? It says coming soon. This will be the first crypto ATM in Southeast Asia, in fact, not just in Philippines, but in Southeast Asia, and is approved by the central bank. And this ATM, they want to actually give people an alternative, right? To either take out your fiat money, that means your peso, or to take out crypto. So this is really, really interesting. Not only that, the other bank that have done such fluid exchange between fiat and crypto is in Switzerland. So really, really shout out to Union Bank of Philippines for being so forward, so forefront in their innovations and adoption, right? Next, Bitcoin various altcoins now accepted by H&M distributors. Yes, when I first heard H&M, I was also very excited. It's a huge name, right? Clothing retail company in the US. But it's not. It's just a similar name with H&M. But this H&M deals with lighting, cost-effective lighting, including replacement ballasts, lamp holders, and accessories for lamp holders. Regardless, I think this news is just, will give just a lot of awareness as well to cryptocurrency, right? Because it is very similar initials to the H&M, the very famous H&M, right? So yeah, the interesting thing is they accept variety of cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, and Bitcoin Diamonds. It's very interesting why Bitcoin Diamonds. Next, Abra CEO Bill Barrett says his crypto wallet and investing app will integrate Ripple and XRP soon. So now I think about last week, Abra has come up with they're launching out a new offering on their app, right? Where it is not just to buy cryptocurrency, they're also going to buy digital tokens. So this is very, very friendly and convenient for investors who want to because you don't only invest in cryptocurrency, you always just diversify your holdings, right? But definitely have a small portion in cryptocurrency is what most people will recommend. So now that because with this development, that means investors can just download the app for free and just use the Bitcoin to buy digital versions of stocks, right? Famous stocks and ETFs. And this will benefit a lot of people who are excluded from the banking system in, very far-flung part of the world. Now, very interesting, one supporter of XRP called XRP Nation has actually tweeted directly to the CEO of Abra, Bill Barrett, asking, right, saying, I'm very excited about today's announcement that I can soon purchase US stocks and ETFs with Bitcoin on the Abra Global app. Do you plan to offer native XRP on your platform, and if so, when? The XRP community is awaiting your reply. So very soon after that, the CEO replied, yes, for XRP, but no exact date. So very, very good news for XRP, because you do see now, even Abra, very, very prominent user platform, is very open to XRP. So it's really, really good. Next, on Ethereum, February 25th is the official date for Ethereum Constantinople and Petersburg hard forks. So the original plan was scheduled on February 27th, but now it will take place 2 days earlier, so it's good. But despite entering the hard fork at a sooner date, it was already delayed twice. So a lot of people are skeptical when this news, the February 25th date. But anyway, let's hope that the Ethereum developer team will continue to push forth with no bugs, no problems. Yeah. So the first time when they said the hard fork will happen is in October, but it's been delayed, right? Because there was then they need to do a testnet hard fork first, and during this hard fork there was some problems. Yeah. And then it was delayed until January, and then that also was postponed because of bugs. I think basically it is very complex to change from something called proof of work which is mining, to proof of stake, which is what Ethereum trying to do. But if they manage, it will definitely scale out their platform much faster. The team is definitely working on their development and on their projects. It's just that they are not one of those rah-rah ones compared to other projects. So it's still very pro on Ethereum, but I just hope that this time, hopefully everything will go smooth, right? Because people are now very skeptical until something happens, then they will really trust that the hard fork will take place as planned. But regardless, they are still pushing through, right? That funding is still in place, so that's good, yeah. Next, on exchanges, Bitfinex temporarily closes down operations, goes on for 2 hours while crypto market surges. It's really, really unlucky for Bitfinex. They are actually the 17th largest crypto exchange by trading volume, but by rating-wise, they're highly rated. In a recent report by ICO Rating that ranked all the 135 exchanges in the world, but Bitfinex is actually rated number 5, so very high, even above like Binance, which is very popular. And yesterday, about 24 hours ago, at 12:05 a.m., they first aware of news, and it came through Twitter and said, that some users have problem accessing their website. And about half an hour later, they said, oh no, sorry, in a rush to communicate that they have used poor choice of word. They confirm it's actually offline to every one of their users. And again, less than half an hour after that, they say the issue has been identified. Now they are working on resolving. Then about 2 hours later, that they say is part of the operations is okay. That means they are going to, half an hour later, they'll be okay. And in total, about slightly 2.5 hours in total, that they have resumed all their full functionality. It is, okay, first the pro first, right? What is the good part about Bitfinex? That I think very, very professional in their communications and, very forthright apology. They also said it is something wrong with their connectivity issue. That's why it is down. No further, that's all they said today. They have also published a post in Medium. But regardless, immediately when the issue was happened, they have immediately came out and communicate, and very constant communication and very open and continuous communication and just open apologies. But of course, for a large exchange like this, right, they are based in Hong Kong, one of the key financial center in the world. This is not one of those things you would expect in terms of service issues, right? Because if you're down for 2 hours amid mini rally, amid such a long year winter, you really, really disappoint your users, right? Unfortunately, this has just to be built over time again. And nowadays, you're up against very strong competitors and newer competitors coming in like BACS, right? Like ErisX, which has a lot of huge names behind them, like NASDAQ, Fidelity. So all these are going to bank more retail investors and institutions, and Bitfinex offer margin trading, so they are banking institutions as well. So, but with these kind of service issues and reputation, you are going to lose out to more popular ones like Binance, who continue to expand their operations, right? Giving more options for clients and no downtime whatsoever, and new competitors coming in. So they really have to buck up more. It is not truly bad. I think some people will still give them a chance, but I believe a lot of their users will now diversify to look for alternatives as well. Yeah. But there's also something. Exchanges are still one of the centralized places. Even if you use exchanges, it's good to always have options. Yeah. Last, Core Intelligence announces a cryptocurrency exchange rating system. So another new crypto exchange rating system. The other one is by ICO Rating. And so this is very good, I think, as the industry develops. This all will show that the crypto industry is developing. They are growing, right? So it's no longer a baby. They're slowly growing into a teenager, right? So yes, and I think this is very good because also you have a lot of prominent names. I think it was BACS or ICE coming up. They say they're going to develop a lot of indexes, right, for cryptocurrency. So a lot more data, right, reliable data system, providing a lot more data so people can do proper analysis on cryptocurrency. And of course, SEC, they are looking for reliable data vendors to provide them with good data so that they can also regulate this space well. I think this is really good because you are seeing it is definitely going to be mainstream. It's just a matter of how soon, right? Whether it's next 2 years or next 5 years or next 10 years, yeah. So hope you're having a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for watching. And for everyone out there, all my new subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Really, really appreciate it, and thank you so much. Hope you're having a great day again. God bless. Thank you.